Hello and welcome to the PEO Today podcast. I'm your host, Chris Vaughn. My YouTube channel focuses on sharing my travels and conversations with chapters as we discuss the history of PEO and how they're keeping the legacy of our founders thriving. Whether this is your first time to the podcast or you're a regular viewer, you're going to be glad that you tuned in to this special episode. In honor of our annual Founders Day recognition efforts, I coordinated and secured an individual interview with each of our 7 founders via Zoom. You may already know their names and an interesting fact or two about what they were doing a few years ago. In this episode, I want to pique your interest with these interviews, talking about what made them and PEO successful, while also catching up on what their lives may look like today. My hope is that after watching this episode, you will pursue even more research and conversation with others about our amazing PEO founders. Let's get started. I'm thrilled to welcome one of the PEO founders, Alice Bird, to the PEO Today podcast. What inspired you and your friends to form PEO, Alice?
We wanted a society where women encouraged one another intellectually, socially, and spiritually.
What was your specific role among the founders?
I wrote our Constitution and recorded our history. Words gave our sisterhood structure.
I know you were a professor of Greek and Latin at Iowa Wesleyan. What are you doing today?
Well, my interest in Greek and Latin translated to a love of travel and digging. I spent half my time searching for antiquities and the other half working on my podcast, Travels with Alice. This podcast is a blend of history and modern travel.
I will definitely be checking out your podcast and encourage our listeners to do so as well. Alice, weren't you the one who recommended the Marguerite daisy as the flower and symbol of PEO?
No, that was actually adopted at the Supreme Grand Chapter Convention in 1893.
Oh, okay. Thanks for clearing that up for me. What message do you have for today's members?
Treasure your friendships and remember, women, women helping women never goes out of style.
Well, thank you again for your time and for your role in founding PEO. I have a better historical perspective for its constitution and purpose.
Thank you.
Mary Allen is joining us now on the podcast. Thank you for being available to answer some questions about your life and PEO. So, what drew you into the founding circle?
Oh, friendship and purpose. I wanted women to have a bond that was more than just social. It was about strength and support.
Rumor has it that the church elders advised your husband, Charles, against marrying you, saying, Mary Allen is not the girl for a poor, struggling preacher to marry. She's too fond of parties and clothes. And what would you say to them after your marriage of 56 years to Charles Stafford?
Those are the things that gave me confidence and energy and positive to minister to all the members of the congregation, but especially to the women.
Hmm. What do you remember most from those early days in PEO?
Our laughter, our study, our dreams. We were young, but we were determined.
And what would you say to PEO sisters today?
Love, first among ourselves, and then in all of our activities, reaching out to all others. It should be the chief purpose, not only to make PEO greater and better, but womanhood and humanity greater and better because of PEO.
Well said, Mary. Thank you so much. And thank you for reminding us about the many values and impacts of PEO. Hattie Briggs, thank you for joining me on the PEO Today podcast. So, Miss Briggs, I'd like to start out by asking, what was your vision for PEO?
Hoped it would be a safe circle for women, giving us an opportunity to grow in confidence, to grow our faith, strengthen our faith, and also an ability for women to confide in each other.
Mhm.
I suggested this group because we had this core group of women, and we were about to go separate ways after school, and I didn't want to lose the friendships that we had. I wanted something so that we could all stay together. So then I also suggested a name and used the letters PEO. Now, Alice wasn't really fond of that. She wanted Greek letters, but I thought ours would be different and perhaps more than a traditional sorority.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes. So at that time, did you have a sense of creating something lasting?
Oh my, I think I was about 18 years old. And when you're that young, you just kind of go from day to day. But I will say that I did feel like we were creating something special.
I agree. I understand that you taught music and art. So what are your activities today?
Well, I did, and I love that part of my life. But I'd always been involved and concerned about women, and women have always, for some reason, confided in me. So I went back to school and got the credentials that I needed and set up my own practice and started counseling women. And that has been, I've really gotten a whole lot more out of that than I'm sure the women I've been working with. But the important thing today is it's so exciting because of the technology we have. So I not only can work with women locally, but also globally. And so that's been just fun, fun, fun.
I love that. Would you like to share any advice with today's PEO sisters?
I think I would say to our sisters, cherish the bond that we have and pass it on because I do believe it is a gift for future generations.
Well, I want to thank you for your time today, Hattie, and your creativity and suggestion to start a group with such a strong purpose and focus on friendship. And your vision has been such a gift to me, our listeners, and will continue for years to come.
Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you.
Ella Stewart, welcome to the PEO Today podcast. It's a pleasure to meet you. So, how would you describe the spirit of PEO's founding?
It was filled with energy and promise. We believed in each other and in women's abilities to do great things.
What do you hope today's women are feeling about their PEO experience?
The same sense of belonging and encouragement that we felt when we started the sisterhood.
I do understand you were not able to graduate from college due to some family circumstances. Do you mind telling us a little bit more about this?
No, I did have to help my widowed mother run a successful boarding house near campus. My real purpose, though, was to teach wayward boys. I spent 8 years at Iowa Industrial School teaching music to add creativity and culture to their curriculum.
And how about your purpose now?
Now I have time to work with the underserved through social services. Throughout my life, service to others has been important to me. I also have found time to take classes online, and I'm going to finish my degree.
That is great news, Ella. Congratulations. So I'm curious, which PEO project is your favorite?
Oh, PCE, the Program for Continuing Education, because it helps women to complete their education.
Any words you'd like to share with our listeners, today's PEO sisters?
Yes, when I think of the past, look at the present, and dream of the future, I am filled with hope and great expectations. I hope our little effort, like ripples in a lake, will continue to expand and widen.
Well, what a delight to speak with you today, Ella. I appreciate your time and optimism for our current and future PEO sisters.
Thank you.
Let's spend some time now with founder Alice Coffin. It's so nice to have this opportunity to visit with you, Alice. So, what made the founding sisters unique when the group was forming?
Well, we were women creating our own society by women and for women. That was unusual then.
And what contributing role did you enjoy the most?
Well, I think it was helping shape our rituals and traditions. It gave us identity. I designed the star using our 5 virtues as inspiration. I've always had an interest in the vastness of the night sky. So that's why I chose the star.
Oh, I love that you shared that. And now we know how the star was chosen. You originally attended the Methodist Church and then later changed to Episcopalian. Do you mind explaining the reason for the change?
Well, I would like to say it was all about the beautiful rituals of the Episcopalian Church, but actually, I really enjoy dancing. And Methodists don't dance. Well, maybe today they do, but not then.
Okay, well, that's a good reason. What fills up your calendar or schedule today?
Well, as a teacher, I helped a number of students financially so that they could complete their education. I am privileged to have a Bachelor of Science and an honorary Master's of Science degree. Today, I work with local PEO chapters, colleges, universities, and community organizations to help women attain their goals in education. You might remember I introduced the idea of projects in education to PEO. In my spare time, I design and create my own clothing. I will be launching a website soon, selling my own designs. I will then use Instagram and other forms of social media to market my online store. So watch for it.
Well, impressive as usual, Alice, when it comes to you and your accomplishments. Listeners, you heard it straight from her. Be on the lookout for Alice's new designs on her website as well as social media platforms. Any last comments or advice that you have for our PEO Today audience?
Last words. May we always be stars among women in whatever circumstances we find ourselves.
Well, what a treat to learn more about your life today, Alice.
Thank you.
I'm checking in with founder Frank Rhodes and asking some questions that I think might interest you, the PEO Today listeners. Ms. Rhodes, you are known as an artist and a thinker. How did this shape PEO as an organization?
I believed women needed opportunities for creativity and learning. PEO was a place for that.
I also understand that you graduated from college at the age of 19. That is quite an accomplishment.
Well, I was blessed with a father that encouraged and supported my educational goals. I graduated in 3 years. Then, when I married, my father-in-law wholeheartedly supported my academic pursuits. Both men were unique, as men of that time felt that higher education hindered women from their skills in housekeeping and caring for the family.
That was a blessing to have both of those men and their support for your education. Can you tell us some of your favorite life experiences?
I designed a modern schoolroom that was clean, bright, and encouraged learning. At the expo of the World's Fair in New Orleans, I was the first woman to be Commissioner of Art. In Nebraska, I was the leader of the YWCA. My friends, Susan B. Anthony and Juliet Ward Howe, encouraged me to be a lifelong learner and support women in the process.
Well, thank you for sharing those incredible achievements. I'm curious, what is your favorite PEO project?
Without a doubt, Educational Loan Fund. It is a tangible way to support women financially so they can complete their education and reach their dreams.
Would you like to share a message to our modern day PEO sisters?
Yes, use your talents to lift each other higher, and remember that we are all lifelong learners.
Well, I've really enjoyed our time together, Frank. Thank you for sharing your passion for learning with us.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Suela Pearson, it's so good to have you here today on the podcast. What did PEO mean to you personally?
It meant belonging. In a time when women's voices were often small, we made them strong together.
Did you ever imagine this global sisterhood?
Not at all. We just wanted a circle of true friends.
I understand you were quite the social butterfly.
Well, perhaps. I just love singing and dancing and having fun. I did study Greek and Latin, and I did receive an AB degree, but it took an extra year. But I'm proud to say that I was awarded an honorary MA degree also.
Well, in meeting each of the founders, I've realized that they're very different life experiences for all of you. And some things that I discovered were that one of the founders suffered from depression, one dropped out of college, one filed bankruptcy and eventually divorced her husband, and two never married. Three suffered the loss of a child, and three cared for invalid children. One was related to President McKinley, and one met and talked with Abraham Lincoln. One counts as her friends Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. So what's your response to the varied life experiences of your sisters?
Well, I believe one reason that our sisterhood continues to exist today is because our founders were just ordinary young women, but we did extraordinary things.
I agree 100%. What encouragement do you give to today's members?
Hold fast to friendship because that's the foundation of everything we built.
Well, I've so enjoyed visiting with you, Suela. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps up our time with the PEO founders. Here's a summary of their points for today's sisters. Treasure your friendships. Women helping women never goes out of style. Love yourself and others and cherish the bond of sisters. Have hope and great expectation and be a star among women in every circumstance. Use your talents to lift each other up and hold fast to friendship. It's the foundation of PEO. I'm confident that you've enjoyed hearing from each of our founders and are inspired to share the message of PEO with others. Remember, we motivate, educate, and celebrate women today just as they did over 150 years ago. For more information, go to peointernational.org.